What do you say, everybody? Welcome to the last call. We're brought to you by Pearl River Resort. Great time for you to get on vacation over there, do a little vacation. Hour and a half from Tuscaloosa, 2 and change from Birmingham. You're talking about great golf courses, the Azaleas, the Oaks, which is part of Dancing Rabbit Golf Club, Philip M. Steakhouse, the Timeout Sports Lounge, all those things. You got the best slots this side of the Mississippi. So take advantage of it. There's Jake Coker. I'm Nicholas. But let's start this show. All right, I'm coming at you from Cudjoe Key down here in the Keys. Not to make you jealous, but you guys must be special because I'm working on my vacation. There's Jake Coker. What's up? How's life? Is it cold up in LA?
Yeah, it's supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be 17 degrees tomorrow.
17?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
68, and I was not happy about it.
I'm trying to, I'm fired up. I'm ready to go deer hunting. I got one on camera. I've been watching a bunch, so can't get up there fast enough.
That sounds like fun. That sounds like a lot of fun. People would love to hear that on the Jake Coker hunting show. Oh, my goodness. That is it. You're going to have to get your wife and kids out there if you shoot him to get another picture.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He's
a
been
big dude.
I've been dreaming about him.
Is he out there during the day, or is he only a night stalker?
He's mostly at night, just about all nighttime, but it's that time of year chasing does. I've gotten a few pictures of him during the day, so I think it's about that time. He knows. You saw that picture. He was kind of looking behind his back. He was like, "Oh shit, Jake's watching."
Yeah. Or now that you said something, the people in that neighborhood that watch the show are going to be over there before you get there. Hey, I saw it on there, and he's got the pictures. It's that hunting camp. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll go up there.
It is funny. It is funny. I know some of the guys that hunt around, and it's funny. Nobody sends pictures until they've shot the deer.
Yeah. You don't do that. What you just did is a big mistake. I've never shot a deer that big before. I used to do a lot of hunting back when I was at Alabama over in Foster's. My man Terry would let me hunt on his property, but I did it simply because I was broke, and I could get a whole refrigerator full of meat with one bullet. Take it to the process. That's back when. How much is processing now? I mean, it used to be like $50 or something. Is it like 150 now?
Yeah, it's north of that now.
Is it really?
It depends on what you do too. I mean,
it used to be $50. You'd drop it off at the processor, $50. So I remember when it was 30.
Yeah.
Some places were 30, and they just you'd come back and you'd have like a brown bag full of meat.
Oh, well, it's like everything else now. I mean, it's all gone up. And there's, there's different ways to do it now, and I don't know. I mean, I'd figure you just cut it up and cube it yourself.
You're a do-it-yourself guy? Yeah, I'm not. All right. Well, look, let's get and I'm not saying I couldn't be. I didn't have all the stuff you need. You got it hanging by his back legs. And I grew up. My grandfather hunted. My dad hunted. So I get the whole hunting game. Takes a lot of time I don't have now. But good luck on that one. That's a rack. How much would it be to mount that head?
Probably about $600 now.
Whoa! They used to be around 150.
Oh yeah.
I'm an old timer, I guess.
I got a big one mounted a few years ago, and you kind of figure out who the best taxidermist is around, and I got a guy named Mike Galati to mount a deer for me. I don't know, it's probably 7 years ago, and he charged me like $300, and I was like, man, that's pretty low, and I was like, I saw pictures online. I was like, we'll see how this goes, and this is one of the best mounts I ever got on a deer head, and I was like, holy shit. So I killed another one, and he charged like $400, and then I guess the last one I did, it jumped up there, and I was like, okay, yeah, he knows how good he is now.
Yeah, you caught him at the right time.
Yeah.
You got one for 300. Well, that's crazy. Well, hopefully you'll get another one. Well, I don't even remember where we were last time we met. But good to see you. Good to see you. Bama with some players in the Senior Bowl. I know that you're always kind of floating around there. I talked to Ryan Anderson this week. He's going to be there, or I think he was there. He was like a judge at a chili cook-off or something.
Oh yeah, you never know. You never know.
The mayor of LA, and then Kalen DeBoer talked about. They thought it was really big that neither quarterback transferred. And so I've looked at the transfer portal. I don't think Alabama did great. I think they lost too many linemen. They brought a lot of linemen in, but they lost some really, really good players. But they didn't lose their quarterbacks. So they could have lost either one of those guys. They didn't. And Kalen DeBoer says that is a good thing. I agree with him. I mean, this game starts at the quarterback position.
Yep. This is one of those. I think Mack is. I think he's a good player. I think again, he's been around that system. He's going into his fourth year around this system. Keelon Russell. It's still hard for me to gauge Austin's talent. I mean, I think he's a really talented player. But there's a few guys when you watch them throw where you're like, whoa, that's like the ball comes off like dynamite. And that's what you see in Keelon. And, again, it's not all about how you throw the ball. I mean, there's a lot of guys that have played, Division I football that throw it, better than, 95% of the guys out there that didn't play in the NFL. To me, this all comes down to how is Austin Mack going to get us into the right looks? Is the timing, is the anticipation there? If Keelon gets to a point where he's pretty close to Austin mentally, I think Keelon's probably going to be the guy. But I think this race right here all comes down to mental capacity and how familiar everybody is with the offense, how creative they can be. But I tell you, I am excited no matter what happens. I'll be a big Austin Mack fan, big Keelon Russell fan. I know we got some other good quarterbacks coming in. And in this offense, the quarterback's on display. So, you see Ty Simpson starts 1 year and he's a potential first-round draft pick. So,
is that where he's at right now? I mean, I know he's what they think maybe the second quarterback behind Mendoza.
Yeah, I think he's second, maybe third. You never know. You look at, Shedeur Sanders last year. I think everybody was saying first, second round guy ends up in the fifth round. Obviously, a lot of off the field.
Yeah, self-inflicted wounds because he's a good quarterback. Like I said on him, I always thought he was going to be a gem of a find, but it sounds like he just didn't take it seriously, that you got to go in there and basically treat those opportunities to meet with coaches like a job interview. And from reports. But he's a good quarterback. I love Deion. So.
Yeah. And I the thing about Ty to me is he's answered all the questions from a mental standpoint. You watch the tape, especially when he's healthy. There wasn't a guy out there that could, quarterback an offense better than him.
Right.
He was getting guys in the right spot. He was going to the right place with the ball. As accurate as you could possibly be, from really, to me, week 2 to about week 8, and then he got mauled. And that kind of leads us to another subject, but new offensive line coach.
Hold on. Before you go there, I'll let me lead us in with this. Guys, we are proudly presented by the gang at Patriot Roofing and Builders. Will and Justin got you covered, man. And we absolutely both know how important it is to have the right contractors doing work on your house. And these guys have a unlimited home builder's license. I'm talking about total home solution, whether it's roofing, siding, gutters, windows, or full home renovations, free inspections. You call those guys, numbers right up on the screen. Will and Justin are going to answer. And it's that time of year where you're going, okay, this is my case. This is why I'm doing some stuff here. Is I'm not getting out of my house because I got a 2.9 interest rate. Guess what I'm not doing? Buying a new house at 6.9. So anything that's new is coming from guys like them. And they got you covered in Birmingham and Tuscaloosa. And I'm telling you, nothing feels better than when people come to my house and they look at the renovations that I've done lately. Like Coker, when he used to make fun of my backyard. You making fun of my backyard now, buddy? You got anything to say?
Looking pretty clean.
You like those pavers? You like that grass, that green grass? Well, these guys do the same thing for your home. So we appreciate them being a part of the show. All right, new offensive line coach. I want to say this. I don't think that it's fair to blame Coach Cap for all of the trouble that the offensive line had. I think there's enough blame to go around. It's a shame that the Juice Squad never really took off. But at the end of the day, he's accountable for that group, and they underperformed the last couple of years. But I think he's a good guy, and I wish him the best of luck. Now Alabama turns the page. Jake, they're going to bring in somebody else to try to make things happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think going into this, or as soon as Coach DeBoer got here, I think the biggest worry was probably defense. If you think about it, I mean, it was a big question mark early on in Coach DeBoer's tenure here. Kane Womack had a huge responsibility in replacing Coach Saban. Now, a lot of people do tend to forget when they think about the Coach Saban defenses, the memories of, early in his career at Alabama and up to about 2018. But, the last few years, we struggled a little bit on defense, getting used to the constant RPO game, the movements, the shifts. I mean, all the different ways that offenses attack defenses nowadays. I mean, I think, there were a lot of shootout games towards the end of Coach Saban's career. And, I think Kane Womack's done a really good job, especially in his second year at Alabama, at really finding a way to sometimes win games on defense. And
right.
We were seeing that less and less, towards the end of Coach Saban's career. And I think Kane Womack came in and really rejuvenated that defense and has done a really good job. But the weak point that I think every Alabama fan or affiliate has noticed over the last 2 years has been offensive line play and especially running the ball. Coach Cap, I know I met him a couple times, and again, seemed like a great guy, and you hate to see things not work out. Obviously, nobody wants to see a guy get fired. But we've been over the stats in the run game on this show. I don't know how many times. That just can't happen in Alabama. You got to be able to run the ball. You got to be able to. You can't have games where you don't. You have negative 3 yards. Negative yards.
Yeah, right,
I mean, that's just. I mean, you got to find a way to get the ball moving on the ground, and I mean, I don't know much about Adrian Clem from what I see in his background. I mean, he's been a run game coordinator. That's kind of his shtick is teaching, coaching, game planning, within the run game. So, I mean, I see where he's bounced around a lot. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It looks like he's been elevated pretty quickly. But again, it seems like there's a lot of respect, being pointed his way for the way that he's elevated O-line play wherever he's been. And so, Kalen DeBoer has been looking for that. I think it's a positive sign that he's looking to get better, and especially in that realm of offense. So, we'll see what happens. Obviously, we're going to have a spring game to watch this year, but I'm excited about seeing some growth there. And obviously, that is a main focal point of Kalen DeBoer's outlook on this program.
Yeah, he coached with Bill Belichick for a year. He's been at Oregon. He's a pretty good recruiter. Was at UCLA with Courtney Morgan, 2013 and 14, Clem. So hopefully he comes in and Alabama gets back to being physical. I mean, Kalen DeBoer talked about why they made the move. He hated doing it, but it's all about production, man. I mean, it's like anything else. If you don't get it done, then you're not going to have a job. And I hate that, but I also hate watching us not be able to run a foot and a half where we got to do jet sweeps instead of just pushing forward. So we'll see. I mean, but that's not Alabama football. I'll just tell you that right now. The way that they played the game against Indiana and the game against Georgia, that last game against Georgia, not the way that's not acceptable. So Kalen DeBoer doing the things that he feels like he needs to do to correct it. Now, all kind of off topic a little bit, but I want your opinion. Did you see where Bill Belichick, who Clem worked with, wasn't elected into the Pro Football Hall of Fame? Like, are you effing kidding me? They put everybody in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. How do you not have Bill Belichick in this? Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's when you lose all respect for all of these. I understand his off the field stuff has been pretty confusing over the last couple of years. I mean, I think anybody can say, there's some question marks there, but how do you let that affect your vote in terms of what has happened on the field during his career? He's the best, at least top 3 NFL coaches of all time. Like, there's no doubt about that. There's no argument against that. Just shows you how political these votes are. I mean, and really it's all in all aspects. I don't know who gets these votes, but obviously they've been dealt to the wrong people.
Yeah, right.
Like, what are we doing here? I mean, it's just embarrassing.
Stupid.
It makes you lose respect for the whole organization.
No, I know. It's
like, how do you respect any pick that they make or put in the Hall of Fame?
I know. And like, if they're jealous about his young hot girlfriend, shame on you guys. Let him in. I'm just kidding. Hey, I want to tell you something I'm not kidding about, and that is how awesome it is at Residence Inn by Marriott Ocean City. Keith has got you covered down there. I know you guys love vacation. I love vacation. And you guys need to check this out near the boardwalk in Ocean City, Secrets Bar, all the great seafood, blue crabs, anything blue crab, I love. Although it's stone crabs down here in the Keys. But anyway, check them out, and he's going to take good care of you. We got some promotions that we're about to run for you guys. Get you out there. Beautiful place, though. I grew up going there. It's where I fell in love with the ocean in Ocean City. So I know you'll do the same thing. What's that?
I was going to bring this up. I know we're going to do 20, 30 minutes, but I told you last night, texted you. I saw Damian Craig last night. Man, I saw it's kind of funny. He's here for the Senior Bowl. He's got a receiver in the Senior Bowl, and I saw him at a grocery store, and we ended up hanging out, talking for an hour outside of this grocery store here in Mobile, and spent a lot of time thinking about it last night. It's just kind of crazy. The people you meet in the college football business, or, the football business, I guess. When I was getting recruited or trying to play, college football, didn't have many offers at all. And until, Coach Craig showed up at St. Paul's one day at one of my spring practices, sent me a handwritten letter, and didn't really expect much out of it. You get handwritten letters a pretty good bit. I don't even know if those coaches write them, honestly. But I remember not having any offers going to a Florida State camp, and I was there with my dad, and Damien's like, "Hey, Coach Jimbo wants you to come up to the office and see you." And I had been to a bunch of camps before and not gotten offers when I thought I was going to get offers, and was really kind of beat down by the process. And it was kind of to the point where me and my dad are following Coach Coley and Coach Craig up to Jimbo's office, and I'm looking at Dad, and I'm like, "Think I'm getting an offer?" Just whispering that and kind of joking with him, like, we're going up to see Jimbo, and this is kind of going to be a waste of time again. And walk up there and just mind blown that Jimbo just offers me a scholarship after seeing me throw in camp, one day. And I was like, holy shit. And Coach Craig was talking about it last night, and he was talking about where he ranked quarterbacks in that class, and or in my recruiting class, and he said he had me at the top, and he said they were having this meeting with coaches only, and he was a little nervous about saying it because I was kind of under the radar. And he was like, Jimbo said, "Damien, don't be afraid. Tell me what you think." And he goes, "Well, I got Jake at the top." And so that's, him fighting for me really is what ended up getting me an offer at Florida State and Alabama. And I was sitting there thinking last night, just, I'm not good at keeping in touch with people a lot. I mean, I'm not the best communicator, but I was thinking about last night after seeing him, how much he did for me.
Yeah.
And how much those coaches, throughout life, really help you along. And just kind of crazy how one guy standing up and believing in you can change the whole course of your life to a certain degree. And that's, I got home last night just thinking about that all night long. Like, man, this guy, he believed in me, did all this stuff. And really, I don't even know if I'm at Alabama if it's not for him, fighting for me to get a scholarship at Florida State.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Part
of it's scouting too. He was an extremely good scout because he was able to look and project what you would be, not just that day, but in the future. And that's with all sports is the ability to do that. And Indiana just won a national championship doing it, being able to project and scout. But it's harder when you're talking about amateur scouting, from prep to college. But he must have seen something in one of those game tapes or something somewhere along the line where he was like, man, this guy's going to turn into exactly what you did.
Well, to me, it's easy to offer guys that have 5 stars. Like and I know Coach Saban went on his rant, about he said something along the lines of, back then it was scout.com or Rivals. And I mean, no offense, but he was like, because did you work for one of those at one point?
I did several Rivals. But listen, you throw it out there. I don't care. Shannon Terry might hold it against you. Shannon, just remember, it's Jake talking, not me. And when you're ready to buy the show, you're going to buy up all these shows. You're going to buy us up. Don't hold that against me. Go ahead. Say what are you saying? Just go ahead, man.
Look, I know Coach Saban made that comment about these guys that give stars don't know a football don't know their ass from a hole in the ground or whatever. I can't remember what he said. But at the same time, those stars do, like, the public perception of that makes it a lot easier to offer a 5-star guy, and to come out and offer me. I don't even know if I had stars at that point.
Right.
And
you got the 3? Did you get the 3?
I think I got the 3. Yeah. Actually, I know I got the 3. But
Who
no, I
gave you?
mean,
Who gave you? Did you get like were you a 2-star somewhere else? Like you were like
I had,
3-star here, and but
I
like
don't
2-star
know.
here?
I don't
Man,
know.
that pissed you off.
I
You're
don't
really competitive. I've been around you a little bit.
Yeah.
Were you thinking about those stars when you were running over people?
Well, it was definitely something that stuck in the back of my mind when, a rivals guy or a scout guy came and interviewed me. And
Yeah.
in the back of my mind, I'm like, just give me it. Yeah. He's smiling and being all nice, but I'm also thinking you gave me 3 stars, you son of a.
You don't even know. You didn't know what was coming.
Yeah.
You showed them. I was talking to my buddy I'm down in the Keys with about you today, and just like what just before I knew you, just like my perception of you as a player. One of my all-time favorites, man. I mean, and that's not just me on here with you. You know this. I told you before. I love that team that you were on, and I went to most of your games, and I loved it when you would run people over. I mean, like, I was still a fan guy. I still work for Crimson Tide Sports Network, but I was a fan. I'm still a fan now. I just don't go. I just watch the games. I don't go much, but you played with, they say it's playing with an edge. You just played pissed off with a chip on your shoulder.
Well, hey man, I wasn't a big talker. I wasn't a big talker, but that's how you set the tone, being physical.
Yeah, right.
That's how you earn, in my mind, that's how you earn the respect of your teammates.
People don't realize how big you are until you come into their studio and break their brand new chair from Wayfair in one sitting. You better get reinforced chairs when this guy shows up. Ask those DBs back in the day. Oh, that's cool, man.
That's what it was funny. He was telling a story last night about Chad Kelly and Jim Kelly, because they came by Florida State, and I remember meeting Jim Kelly and Chad on one of his visits, and he remembers them asking, they were meeting in Jimbo's office, and they were talking about the quarterbacks that were currently on the roster, and it was me and Clint Trickett, and Jameis was in Chad's class, and they were just trying to figure out, what the landscape was going to be, and he was like, they were asking about me, and because they didn't know who I was, and anyway, I was up there watching film while they were in there meeting, and they walk out, and I walk by, and Coach Craig's there, and I still remember it. I remember shaking Jim Kelly's hand and Chad's hand, and I mean, at the time I was 6'5", 240, and Coach Craig.
Well, sorry to interrupt. What are you now? 6'5", 240?
I'm probably 6'5", 250 right now, but
okay, just keep going. I was just asking. Yeah, go.
But yeah, and Coach Craig he's like, hey, this is Jake right here. He's like, Jake, meet Chad, Jim, and I was like, shaking Jim's hand, big fan, obviously know a lot about you, but I walk off. David was like, how much you weighing now? And I was like, 240, and I walk off, and he was laughing because Jim was like, okay, that's a big dude. And he's like, okay, now I know who Jake is.
Yeah. I wonder if Damian played with somebody growing up that you reminded him of, where he saw like, hey, this guy's going to be good. Enough to go to bat for you like that. And even though they didn't even, they listened at Florida State, and obviously not at Auburn, but I mean, that other places you didn't get any offers, but Florida State, until Florida State offered you. And he's a guy that saw you. There's had to be. I'd be curious to get him on here just to ask him, like, technically what it was that he looked at and said, I'm projecting this guy's going to be really good.
I don't know. Yeah, it was funny. I mean, when I was at Florida State, there's a player personnel guy there named Bob Lasavita. He was at NC State, and he used to always, every time I saw him, he was like, he basically might as well, he called me Phillip Rivers, and I think it was just because I was from Alabama and I was 6'5", like Phillip Rivers. I mean, we don't throw the same or anything like that, but he's like, man, you remind me so much of Phillip when he was at NC State. So I get that one a pretty good bit. Which is funny because I know Steven played in the Alabama Mississippi All-Star game with Steven Rivers, who ultimately went to LSU. And it's funny, Steven was at a camp. I think he was coming to a Florida State camp right after me. And so they offer me, Jimbo offers me, and he goes, look, we got one spot. So whoever commits first, that's who's getting the spot. And they were like, Steven Rivers is coming here in like 3 days. And so I was like sitting there thinking about that the whole time. I was like, thinking about Damian, believing in me and them offering me a scholarship on the spot. I had been to other camps, Ole Miss and Mississippi State, where I didn't get offers right off the bat. And I was like, you know what? These guys believe in me. I'm committing. And
that's a good way to do it.
And
rest is history. You got
it's a good thing I did
championship rings.
It's a good thing I did because Damian said he saw Phillip, I guess, over the last couple months, and Phillip was like, Steven wanted to go to Florida State, and he was like, "Well, Jake committed first."
Sorry, buddy. All right, last topic on today's show. Sadly, hate to say this, but the great Eddie Conyers passed away at 97 years old. Let me tell you guys about Eddie, man. This guy was recruited by Paul Bear Bryant in the 60s to referee practices, and he did it for 60 years.
He was there when I was there.
Well, legend. Right. When I was on the Brian Fowler show as his co-host, Eddie would come on as a guest. He's great. He's a great guy, man. Great guy. You can tell, you talk about Eddie, but he was 97 years old. Shout out to an absolute living legend when he was alive, and somebody that we'll never forget.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my favorite Eddie moments. I mean, it was so funny because Eddie was just, he was full of life. He was an old guy, obviously, when I was there. And he kind of stood over there and it didn't matter. He could sit over there and just bullshit with everybody the whole practice. And he was there. He had as much Alabama tenure or respect as anybody out on that field. Everybody loved him, knew him, and you'd talk to Eddie all the time. But one of the funniest things I ever saw was there was I was standing right next to Eddie, and he threw a flag during practice, and it was like a pass interference, defensive pass interference, and he throws the flag. And I think we were beating the hell out of defense that day, and Coach Saban was pissed off. And look, Coach Saban loved Eddie, but no matter how much he loved you, you were still getting your ass chewed out if he didn't like something you did on the field. It just is what it is.
Uh-oh.
And so he throws that flag, it's defensive pass interference, and Coach Saban's just ripping his ass like what, Eddie? What the hell? Cussing him, and Eddie he runs over there and picks the flag up and puts it back in his pocket.
Oh God, I can only imagine. I can only imagine.
And the funny part was it was Eddie, it was Eddie. Like Eddie was like, looks like pass interference, throws the flag and he's like, oh, okay. Coach, I think that was offensive pass interference.
Oh man, God, those saving stories make me laugh.
It was one of those I wish I had that on like a cell phone camera so you could see his body language.
God bless Eddie Conyers, man.
It was Eddie Conyers and a flag was like Barney Fife and his pistol.
Yeah.
Like it was going off and you didn't know. You never knew.
Oh man.
But it was, it was one of those things where, I mean, just him being around morale was like, he made it, it's
special
hard to
people,
imagine.
Man. Special people.
Oh yeah. It's hard to imagine, I don't mean this in a negative way towards practice referees, but they're there, you don't usually get to know them. I mean, you do a little bit, you talk to them a little bit, but you don't feel like they've got that connection with the program like that, and have that personality and to where they affect everybody from players to coaches to trainers. And he was one of those guys, man, just infectious. I hate that he's not going to be around for future players at Alabama, because he was just so awesome. So he's one of those, every time you saw him, you smiled.
Yeah, man, that's hilarious. All right, brother. Look, great show. Brought to you by Pearl River Resort. We'll try to get back together with you guys later this week. But thank you for hanging out with us. We're part of the next round. Make sure that you subscribe to the next round. Be a part of it. The guys are on Monday through Friday, talking about Lance, Ryan, and Jim. Love their show, and we really appreciate that we're part of this. So thank you guys for being here. Pearl River Resort, hour and a half from Tuscaloosa, maybe a little longer, but not far. Timeout Sports Lounge. Go there, watch a little bit of Bama hoops. They got 20 big screen TVs in the lounge. The Timeout Sportsbook. It's Vegas. I mean, you can go in there and bet legally. Put your money down on the Tide, have a little bit of fun, hit that Circle Bar. There's always great concerts going on. It's your little chip of Vegas that's not far from Tuscaloosa. And we love going there, so much so that we're on the commercial. Mostly him, though. Roll Tide.
So, Jake, let's break down some game tape.
Hold on, fellas. Steve.
Hey, Jake, you ready to rock?
Let's roll, brother.
Guess we're calling plays at Pearl River Resort. Wow, Jake's first throw scores.
And Steve's got the crowd pumped. Man, they're absolutely rolling.
'Cause I don't have to be me till Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I ain't gonna face reality.
I tell you, Jake's still got game.
While Steve keeps rocking aces.
Boom, Jake seals it with a pick.
Come call your own plays
At Pearl River Resort. Let's roll.
I don't have to be me till Monday,